So, welcome everybody to the first recorded training session of Irons FC. Today we're going to have around 20 players in attendance. We're going to be working on some small-sided games in rondos, as you'll see. Then we're going to move over to a nice warm-up, followed by some shooting drills, after which there'll be a heading game, some 1v1s, and then a game at the end to end it. So we're going to focus a little bit on everybody's movement, everybody's touches, the intensity of training, and then you guys can see it from my eyes. When I shout at everyone a lot, this is the reason why, because there are a lot of mistakes, a lot of laziness in the team at the moment, and we're on a journey to fix that. So it's going to take some time, a lot of commitment from everybody involved, but I'm sure at the end of it there'll be some positive results. So let's get into the training and let's analyze parts of it as we go along. Okay, so we split the team into two groups. As you can see, there is a rondo going on here. I think the guys decided to have 2 touches, it looks like, or as many touches as they like. So the first point that we need to focus on as a unit is definitely to make this a lot more intense. So straight away you can see, as soon as players are being pressed, they don't know how to deal with it. So they need to know where the pass is going before the ball has come to them. The best way to think of this is every pass is coming to you. So if you have that mentality, keep yourself on your toes, it will make life a lot easier to then find the pass that you're looking for. So over here we can see that the ball is moving nicely, but then it slows down and then it's going back towards the defender. In that situation it should just keep going round and then find the gaps. That's good by Karim, but it's a 2-touch game in this circle, so it just needs to be aware of the rules there. This is better by the Pinks, but it's very lazy defending in the middle. So you can see with Hisham is just dangling a leg out. Karim's doing the bulk of the work. Hisham's kind of just covering as a defender, but then not pressing the second ball. So this needs to be fixed, because in the game we can't rely on one person to do all of our pressing. We need to do this together. Okay, this looks much nicer, a little bit more intense. And then we lose it there. So it is a lot easier to play the 1-touch rondo. So we force players to do a 2-touch rondo where they have to take 2 touches. They can't take 1, they can't take 3, which makes it a lot harder. But over here we're still playing the 1-touch, which is fine. We're getting some rhythm there, a bit of a bad touch from Barakat, but well saved by Zorba. But these passes need to be a lot more firmer in future. So you could see there, week 1 or week 2 of training, we're getting a little bit better at rondos. It's the fundamental to having a good passing game for our team, but it's a long way away to where we need to be. We're just moving on to a warm-up now, so we do this before every training session really begins, and obviously on match days as well. So you can see the guys being put through their paces a little bit, and then we move on to a simple shooting drill to get it onto our stronger side and finish into the corners of the goal, because we don't have a goalkeeper at training, unfortunately. I'm just mentioning here that we need to train the way we play, because in a game we don't get this much time to really look at the ball and find our corners and try to shoot into the corner. It just doesn't happen. So Mukhtar there with great physical strength and knows how to hold the ball really well, but then just waits for the ball too long. This is much better from Mo, pushing the defender away and then moving immediately. So here Barakat is bringing the ball into the defender, which you shouldn't be doing. You should be moving the ball away from him. And again, what you will notice with most of the players here, they pass the ball and wait, rather than making sudden movements, sharp movements, and a full sprint to get into a position for the passing player to find them easily. So that's what we should be doing. We should be receiving the ball away from the defender like this. Pass, and then the movement. The pass there was quite bad, but the finish was excellent. Okay, bad first touch there. Can't be doing that in the game. Better first touch. Keep it away from the defender more, I'd say. And then the pass is too heavy there from Paul. This also, I was analysing this last night. Paul individually, very, very physical guy, big guy, but takes the ball too close to the defender with his back foot. Should be taking it with his front foot, keeping it away from the defender, and relaxing into the shot a bit more, so to get it on target. Right, you should be backing into your player there, Ali, so he can't get around you. Take a better first touch. And from Ali there, when you are watching this video again, you can rewind it. The shooting technique, you have no backlift and you're very off balance. So that needs to be fixed. So we might need to work on that in training. And keep that ball away from you, Hamza, and make that ball pass firmer to Sommer. And again, when we're looking at this as a general training session, the intensity is very low. So we're kind of walking through it, we're kind of jogging through it. It needs to be a lot more intense. A game is never this slow. We have to play with the mindset that we are in a game situation. You know, loose passes, sloppy passes, bad finishes, no goalkeeper, still managing to hit the bar. Firmer pass would be better, well held up by Jebri. And again, too close to the defender, that pass, the finish down the middle in a game that's never a goal. Flimsy pass, not bad finish. Good by Faris, good return ball by Zorba, probably a bit more weight on it needed. The finish needs to be to the sides, yeah?
Move!
Right, you saw there, the movement is very slow. It needs to be active movement. So Gadalla's waiting. He shouldn't be waiting. The movement should happen, and then the passer should find the movement, not the other way around. Still waiting. You'll see this with most of the boys, that they will take the ball, they'll pass it. The movement there, Sommer, is actually quite good. But in most cases, it's taking the ball and waiting for it.
Wait for Mete, come back first, shoot.
Okay, and then looking away from the ball is not ideal. You should be turning and running so that you can see the ball at the same time, so you know where it's coming.
Who's my next guy here? He didn't do the... Then do it, hurry up.
Again, I feel as though there's a lot of confusion in training.
Communicate.
No communication. I'm shouting there. Nobody is taking leadership. And as you can see from Kareem there, it's not a cutback. I asked all the players to give us cutbacks, which means the ball needs to be played hard, low, and backwards slightly, so that midfielders and strikers can get onto it for a simple finish.
In a minute, we're going to change everything. Let's go! Let's go! Hold.
Nice, well held.
Go. Find your winger.
Okay, again, good pass by Paul, but Hamid should have left earlier.
Still going.
He waited for the ball way too long there. So here, this little issue of taking the ball on his back foot, we can work on that, but a little bit of advice, Paul, from me. Just take that ball in front of you, not on your back foot, okay? It's easier to tackle from there. Well held up, good strength. Again, should be moving before the ball is played, so that you are in charge of the movement.
Are you guys tired? Hold it. I'm not done yet. Hold it. Now.
Good Zorba, like that. Very nice pass, but Fairness, again, waiting for the pass before the movement. So we should always go movement and then the pass will come. Okay?
Now. Now. Come on.
So that pass by Mo was too close to the defender. In a game situation, they're going to tackle. They're going to intercept that. All right?
Play. Play.
This is a good example. Mukhtar is very good at it. He takes the ball in front of him with his front foot, so he keeps it away from the defender. But again, once he's past it, he needs to move. He needs to go.
Yusuf!
These cutbacks, as you can see in the background, they're very slow, very sloppy.
Every defender's going to
Like,
kill that.
if that happens in a game, that cutback,
Go.
the defenders are just going to walk out with it. It needs to be hit hard.
Nice.
You know, take a chance. And taking so many touches, got him before shooting.
Hold until I tell you. Hold
Again,
until I
it
tell
won't
you.
work in a
I'm
game
waiting for him to come
situation.
back. I'm
This is
waiting
very
for him to
well
come
held
back.
up by Gardenia.
Now.
And
Good.
good movement off the
Finish.
ball straight away, so a
Too
lot
long
more
to
active
finish.
this time.
Go.
That's what we need to see.
You guys go as well.
These passes out wide are slow, the passes back in are slow.
Play it. Finish.
The
Finish.
movement off the ball
Finish.
is
Finish.
passive, so we're just
Finish.
waiting
Got him,
for
let's
everything.
go. Got him.
So we're going to fix this in the coming weeks, inshallah. I'm hoping that we can get to a state where the boys are moving,
Play it.
making the space,
Finish.
and the opposition has to then think.
Sort that pass. Sort the passes. Sort
You
the
can hear me saying, sort that pass out.
Ram, you're waiting.
It's
You're
easy to
waiting.
pass 5 yards. This
Good
is
finish,
simple,
you're
basic
waiting.
football. We need to be
Pass.
better.
Wait for my whistle.
That pass needs to
Wait
be
for the
harder
whistle.
into Kareem's feet.
You are doing the second one. Hey, where you going? Keep holding the ball, Kareem. Keep
Okay,
holding
not
the
following
ball, Kareem.
instructions by some of the players here, so we need to fix that. Ram needs to pass that ball out wider, a lot harder.
You're the boss.
Good finish by Kareem there, but needs to move earlier.
Wait for Kareem. Wait for Kareem. We're waiting for Kareem.
Well
The
held up
faster
by
Kareem
Ali
comes
here,
back, the
on his
faster we
stronger
play
foot,
the
on
next
his front foot. Good movement, but needs to commit to the movement. He's not committing to the movement.
Hold it.
Go.
Who's the next guy here? Who's the next guy for the cross? Who's the next guy?
So just a bit of a word of advice to Yusuf there. Hit that ball harder to Hamid, alright? It's too soft, everything is too soft. That return ball is too soft. That through ball is too soft. That finish is terrible. So, you know, these cutbacks are, you know, sums it up, that missed there, but the cutbacks are so slow as well. So here we're playing a 1v1 game. The defenders will pass it out to the attackers, they'll run at them. If the defender tackles, it's 1-0 to the defenders.
Keep going, keep going.
And if the attackers
Let them,
score
come on.
in the sides of the goal, within the cones, it's a goal for them. Meteb showed a very lazy tackle there, which is not good enough. Got him again, getting caught flat-footed and very square. Needs to be on his toes and sit back a bit more. It's a very nice footwork from Gardenia coming up. Goes one way, shifts the other way,
Good feet, Gardenia.
and then a nice break of pace.
Unlucky.
Should have
2-1
finished
still.
that, but
Somehow,
we're aiming
quickly.
for the corners,
When you're done.
so it's not as easy as it looks at high pace. So where Barakat goes wrong here is he slows down way too much. Way too much. So
Just a little bit of experience. How do you know if he's right-footed or left-footed? How do you know? How do you know if somebody is left foot or right foot? No. Pass him the ball. Pass him the ball. Run at me once. Stop. Stop. Which foot is he using? There you go in the story. Right. No, forget him. Forget him. So, this is for all of you, for everybody. Mukhtar! Hey, listen. Hey, you defenders, I'm talking to you. Come here. Come here. Karam. Soma. Meteb. All of you need to learn this. All of you learn this, okay? It's very, very important. The side that the guy is with his foot, if you see he's left-footed, your body goes left. If you see he's right-footed, your body goes right. The rest is easy. Next thing, the next thing. Give him the ball, give him the ball.
That's good, that's good.
Hamza, when he had the ball, you were standing like he was left-footed, but he's right-footed, the other guy, okay? The other thing, very, very important. Come towards me, Fleety, stand here. You're acting like a child, stand here. Get away from your girlfriend. I don't want you guys talking when I'm talking. If he's running at me, come run at me, you're left-footed, right? So my body shape's here, we're gonna go slow, right? I don't want to stand like this. I want to stand like this. Look at my hand. Get close. Get close. If I can touch him, I can also push him a little bit. So he's off balance. And then if he starts coming across, yeah, then I can put my hand in. That's not a foul. Getting in tight like this is not a foul. This is a foul, okay? But use your hand. So you guys, and you have to defend as well. Football, everybody defends. But you guys, use your hand, okay? When you're stepping in, just get in, okay, cool. When you get touched, then you know he's not coming closer than this, and I can step in. And also your toes. All of you guys, when you're defending, are like this. Don't be like this. Get on your toes. Get on your toes. Yeah? Make sense? Barakat? Make sense? Go,
Okay, so it's always a good idea to coach players, sometimes stop everything and talk about it. So we just focus there on defensive positioning. Left-footed players, you should open your...
Nice, Yusuf!
Oh god, I remember this.
Are you okay? You okay?
If you're a left-footed player running at a defender, then the defender should show you with his body to your right foot. It's common sense. Easy way to remember it, as I was explaining. If he is left-footed, your body is going to go left, which makes them go right. Again, coming back to this now, Paul a little bit too slow. The step overs were nice, but just too slow. The pace is slow. Here it's nice by Hisham because it's direct. You're running at the man. You've got loads of space. Trust your pace.
They think you're going to slow down. No, just run at them. Ram, Ali, Qaid, you guys have got pace. You've got to use it. Jabri, you've got to use pace. Hamid, you've got to use your pace. Go.
Just reminding the players of how quick they actually are. As you can see with Ram, he believes in himself. Does exactly what I ask of him to do, which is great professionalism, and I appreciate that in our players. That's what we need to see from our wingers. Direct, positive football. Okay, bad finish, but well run. So Metab needs to learn to be more on his toes and ready to move backwards, not forwards. There we go, we're doing it again, we're moving forwards, and it makes the attacker's life very easy to just run into the space and leave the defenders.
Right foot, right foot. Nice, Barakat, go at him. You slow down too much.
So the same mistake here again is slowing down too much to the point where he's taking the ball all the way out to the left.
On your toes, Soma.
So this is a great recovery from Soma actually. He did put him onto his strong foot, which is the wrong way to go initially, but then he made up for it with a tough tackle. But to fix that part of his game, just needs to focus on putting them on their weak foot and then being on our toes. Again, very lazy tackle from Meteb, committing very early on in a 1v1, and well played by Kareem to move it onto his strong foot and finish.
Hamza, what foot is he? What foot? Yeah, good. No, don't get nutmeg, bro.
Lovely work there by Faris.
Sorry, 5-5. First one to 7 wins. Whoever gets the 7 wins.
Just telling everybody we're going to play until 7, so it's 5-5 at the moment as a score. So I was explaining to Zorba something after this move, that if you lack pace, use your body, use your physicality to get past someone.
Good tackle.
Yeah, it's not a foul. I don't know why Hamid's complaining there. He just, the defender came flying at him, should have dealt with it. But we reset the score at 5-5 anyway, to keep everyone happy. And again, just keeping these parts of the film in where we just show a bit of laziness and lack of intensity, so you guys are not just seeing the highlights, you're seeing what happens 80% of the time, where everything is very slow.
Good boy. Good boy. He slowed down now.
Right, so Mukhtar did the wrong thing there by slowing down,
6-5.
but Soma then made his life easy by diving in. As soon as you dive in, the attacker starts to win the battle. So very flat-footed there by Hamza. Very flat-footed.
Let's go. Right.
So moving into a game situation now. We recorded on 2 different cameras. So one of the cameras looks okay. The other one is much better. So we'll try to pick up as much information in this as possible. So again, it is quite hard to see what's going on here. The audio in this clip is gone for some reason, so apologies for that. This is good play by the Pinks, just keeping the ball, rotating it. But in front of Mo right now, I can see a lot of space, okay? And instead, he forced the pass. What he should be focusing on is driving into that space himself and making something happen. If a defensive team is sitting back a lot, move it into the space. That's the best advice I can give you. Okay, so again, lots of space, no press by the coloured team. So move into that space, this is better. But then getting caught at the back with the ball is not the way we want to go. Keep moving the ball around, it's going to make our life a lot easier. So here with Yusuf, a bad habit that he needs to get out of. He got the ball there, he should have just turned and run. He had a lot of space to run into, but turned it. And again, he turns here. And rather than going back to Soma for the easy ball, he cuts it across, all the way across the pitch for a Hollywood pass. Should try to keep it simple. Just keep it simple. This is a nice play by Paul. To get it to Kareem, but then Kareem should be looking immediately back to him or out wide. He's got the ball back with a bit of fighting, but what we want to do is see that ball go out wide quicker. So here, this is nice by the Pinks. This is what I want to see, getting it to the CDMs and then out wide. There's nothing on, so we've gone back and then we've reset, which is smart. Move it quicker here. Okay, so it's fine. No one's moving, but you move the ball and they will move for you. We've seen how lazy our team is with our moving drills. We have to get used to it. This was a good ball, I'm not going to lie, but the issue is it's a very straight. So one thing to learn, if you kick a ball straight, it's the most easiest thing to read for a centre-back and a goalkeeper. It's very difficult for a striker to take that touch over his shoulder on a straight ball. So we must learn to play diagonal long balls or don't force the play. So over here a second ago you saw Soma had the ball and went for the Hollywood pass across. This happens too much in our team. Need to keep it simple. This is a nice pass, a bit overhit. Good movement by Yusuf, but the pass is overhit. Could like to see Yusuf tracking back a bit more there. Quite lazy. Getting a bit tired, you can see the hands and the hips. Now here in the game we're watching, it's very crowded. Okay, it's gone out wide now. And then we reset to Paul. And it's a sloppy pass and a sloppy touch, but it's fine. It's a training game and mistakes happen, so we just need to see players in the middle of the pitch, if they have no pressure around them, to just compose themselves and relax. So here again, you can see about a good 10, 15, 20 meters in front of Mo here. But he goes for the pass, which is a good pass, but It'll be better if he moves into that space himself. I'd like to see the ball going out wide now. Right, Mukhtar taking too many touches in the middle. Could have gone out wide. They had a winger out wide and then major triangles because the middle was so busy. Good tackle by Medeb. Get positive. This is what I mean by Yusuf. He's got one guy to run at him. And then the lack of composure by Medeb again needs to bring this into his game if he wants to be a good centre back. It's a sloppy pass when he had Yusuf to pass to. Went to the middle where it's very congested. Bad decision making. But a good recovery tackle. Very nice play by the Pinks and a good recovery again by Sommer. Now you can see in the frame there, lots of Pink players staying up the pitch, nobody tracking back. So we are quite lazy tracking back as a team. It's a good turn here by Paul. But then you can, if you look in the shot, you'll see 4 Pink players in our half. Okay. It's really not good enough. Good play by Hamid. Needs to go quicker. 3 extra touches didn't need to take. Well closed down by Karim again. Yusuf can turn into the space. Decides to go for the Hollywood pass again, and it goes out. So these are the mistakes that we're going to see again and again. Sorry, from specific players, but we're going to work on that. This is what communication and feedback is about. And the ball, you can see Gadala, is that Gadala? Sorry, Hamza on the closest to us on the camera, asking for the ball, not receiving it. But what he's very good at is tracking back. You'll see him in most clips, always tracking back, which I like to see. But what we also need to know as a team, he's always there. Again, he's back in the shot. He's waiting. He's asking for it. Doesn't get it. So good positioning by Hamza. For the first time here, we see Yusuf actually being positive, and he gets a good result from it. Right, very positive play. Needs to trust himself more. Paul maybe should have finished that first time. I think as a squad, we do not trust ourselves to finish. Just finish. It doesn't have to be rolled in. So now we're moving on to the iPhone camera. So there's a weird line in the middle, but the quality is better. Well held up by Paul here. We reset and then we force the pass into the middle again by Medeb. So we do not need to force passes. Never. Good play by Hamza. Hisham just a little bit flat-footed receiving the ball. His idea was to bring Ram into the play, but didn't manage to do so. Okay, so we've got our sound back now. Again, a very risky pass there from Sommer. Just watch yourself in these videos. And Yusuf again cutting back, going across, and getting cut out again. So this is 3 or 4 times it's happened, and Medeb coming in from the for clearing the ball should be putting a foot on the ball there. I keep reminding everyone this is training, so work on your weaknesses now. So if you're not a composed player, force yourself to be composed. If you're not good in the air, put yourself in a position where you're going to receive the ball in the air or head of the ball. If you are not confident finishing it, tell yourself, I'm going to finish it first time each time, even if I miss. This is the ideal place for you to learn how to get better at your weaknesses. Right, so Mo has the ball here, opens out to the right quite nicely, and then now we should be joining this. So the defenders should be joining up to the halfway line. but we don't do that. So we're back in play now. Good play by the Pinks, and then we lose the intensity there. We should have picked up the ball quicker, and Mo's going all the way back for no reason. You know, the intensity, we need to show it here in training. It's very lazy. You can see everyone just walking around, nobody really talking or asking for it. All the defenders are sitting on their goal for some weird reason. There's so much space here to move into. Karim tried to press that, which I think is very nice to see. But if he's pressing it alone, sorry, there's no point to doing it. I think this is a clip from before actually, but on the same camera. So just to go over it again, it's nice to see attackers defending from the front and pressing, but there's really no point if you're doing it alone. So we have to communicate with each other, talk to each other to press together. It's very important. And maybe this is the clip from before, but with a different camera, so it's a different way of watching it. It's, as I say, nice football by the Pinks, but it is a bit slow. Everything's a bit slow, as you can see. Forced pass, again, doesn't need to be forced. Yeah, this is definitely the clip from before, but we'll watch it again just to get a bit more of an understanding from a nicer camera. And we're forcing the long balls again. It doesn't need to happen, alright? In the middle, especially when you have the ball, nothing on, I think that's Mukhtar, does not need to be forced. It can just go nice and simple, keep popping the ball. The opposition isn't pressing high. We need to force them to press to find the gaps. Okay, we forced it again. I think that might have been Mukhtar again, forcing it, and then forcing it again, Hamza. And then forcing it again, Paul. Now we're finding some space and we force it again. When we had 3 over to the right, we went to force it down the middle. And we forced that run again. So if you can see, our players panic a lot with the ball. What they should be doing is just relaxing. If the pass isn't there, it's okay. You're not going to score with every attack. We have to know that. Now here, I don't like this kind of football. It's a foul, in my opinion. I probably should have called it. But taking too many touches in the middle. Too many. That's better from Soma, just keeping it simple. Good by Jabri. There we go, hearing the call. Going to the left back as requested. So you could hear me shouting left back quite a lot. I need to see this from the rest of the team, okay? Because when the guy is receiving the ball, he can't see what you can see. So tell him. So Medab can't see that the left back is open while he's receiving the ball, but I'm looking for him. And I'm saying, okay, left back, give it to the left back. And he does that, and it's open, and, you know, we get an attack out of it. So communication is key. Good defending by Karim from the front here. Good feet by Fleety, but where's the release? Where's the release? It's 3, 4, 5 touches. You know, you've done the hard work, then release it. Okay, should have finished that. Nowhere near the goal. So that kind of concludes the training session. I think it was something that was quite enjoyable for me as an experience, but hopefully also for the players as well. I think next time I might record the entire game, or ask the cameraman to record the entire game so we can analyze it properly. But I'm hoping you guys are watching everything and understanding a bit more about what's going on off the ball and how lazy we are looking at the moment. So we want to obviously win this league, or at least place top 3. We have a long way to go before reaching that standard, and I'm really hoping that we can take this training seriously and go to the next level. So if anybody has any questions or comments or any feedback, feel free to leave it in the group or speak to me directly. And obviously each week I'm more than happy to work with you on a personal level, but as a group we definitely need to take this footage and realize that we are really lazy, very unprofessional, and we are still playing five-a-side football. Okay, I like the attitude of everyone for turning up to training. That's the first step. The next step is how do we become like professionals, okay? So thank you once again for watching, and I'm looking forward to our game on Friday, a positive result, and see you guys again on Tuesday next week. Thank you, see you soon.